2023, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let the record show that all three commissioners are present. Commissioner Smith, Commissioner Thomas, Commissioner Stone. Take a review of the bills.
At this time, I would like to move to approve the bills that have been properly presented and reviewed.
I will second that.
It's been properly moved and seconded to pay the bills as they have been properly presented and approved. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Yes. And I skipped over the recognition. Is there anyone that has signed up to address the commission today, Dee, that's not on the agenda?
Was the DBA, we're not,
No.
okay, gotcha.
All right.
Sure.
Assessor's office, Connie.
I have no corrections.
All right. Move along to our 9:31 appointment. We have our prosecuting attorney, Jay Shea, with an employee hire. Morning, Jay.
Good morning, how are you all?
Good.
So as you know, Mr. Yoho left my office effective last week. And I have found a replacement that I would like to present to you. Of course, as you know, under West Virginia law, the commission has the power of advice and consent on hiring any new county employees. I found a man named Tyler Rester. He is an experienced attorney. I actually met him when I went into private practice in 2017. He practiced in Barber, Taylor, Montague County in private practice. He has a great deal of experience in criminal matters, both misdemeanor and felony abuse and neglect matters. He's a very skilled attorney. I think he was first licensed in 2013, I believe. I'm proposing that he be hired with a start date of May 15th at the salary of $72,000. His primary duties, at least in the beginning, will be to attend to magistrate court matters, and we'll see. That may change over time.
Tyler Rester with a W.
Resseter, it's R-E-S-E-T-E-R.
Andrew's his first name, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry, yes, his actual name is Andrew Tyler Rester. He goes by Tyler.
Okay, so we just need approval. At this time, I would like to move to approve the hiring of Andrew Tyler Rester as assistant prosecutor for the annual salary of $72,000 for the prosecuting attorney's office, beginning May 15, 2023.
I'll second that.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the new hire of Andrew Rester for the prosecuting, assistant prosecuting position, beginning May 15th, 2023, with an annual salary of $72,000. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Yes. Move along. We're just 2 minutes early, so let's go ahead with our minutes.
At this time, I would like to approve the minutes for April 4th, 2023 through April 11th and April 11th, 2023.
I'll second that.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the minutes for April 4th and April 11th, 2023. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Yes. All right, the state settlements.
At this time, I would like to approve the state settlement list for Ronald W. Gutshall, if I'm pronouncing.
Gutshall.
It's Gutshall?
Gutshall.
Gutshall, my apologies.
I'll second that.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the estate settlement list April 10th through April 10th, 2023 for Ronald W. Gutshall. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Yes. Still a minute, so PIVs.
This time I'd like to move that we dispense with the reading of the POVs and accept them in the record for April 13th through the 9th.
I would like to second the motion.
It's been properly moved and seconded to dispense with the readings of the proceedings and vacation and enter them into record for April 13th, 2023 through April 19th, 2023. Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Yes. All right, brings us to our 9:35 appointment. We have Amy DeBerry with Kingwood Waterworks with an ARPA change order.
Good morning. So we had sent a letter stating that we think we may need a change to our original harbor agreement. I no longer believe that to be the case.
Okay.
I brought Robbie Baylor with Preston County EDA with me. She's the admin on our congressional earmark money, and I think she can better explain why we need to change it.
So when we submit projects, and projects have to go through the West Virginia Infrastructure Jobs and Development Council, JDC. They're also subject to review by the Public Service Commission. And when we submit projects to these entities and to funders, so for the congressional funding that we receive, we have to provide to them a list of funds that we already have in place. And every place that we have submitted the clarifier covers project, we have said that the county commission ARPA money was in place. So we don't feel like we can withdraw the money from that account because we have repeatedly stated that that money is available.
Okay. All right,
Okay,
so there's no request or change at this time? Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Everything's gonna move along
Yes.
as it, okay?
my apologies, if I could just ask a question real quick, Robbie.
Yeah.
So you guys, or the Kingdom Waterworks received federal funding, which would cover that whole project, but we're not making a change at this time?
We are not, when we submitted the project to IJDC, the clarifier covers are part of that project, but the overall project that was submitted was for $5,252,000.
Oh, was
I'll say, I knew it was more than $4
So,
million.
so it was,
For some reason, I
it
had
was more
6 million.
extensive, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, there was, it's.
So we
over and
accounted
above.
for that money in what was submitted.
Okay, so you're just keep us up to date on that.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, we're just a few minutes ahead of schedule, so we will go ahead and just go ahead and knock out our old business. Do we have anything on the EMS ordinance discussion today?
Not a whole lot, just that, we're working on the service contracts right now. Should have something to you guys by the end of the week, and then coming up soon, I think next week, we can set a work session.
Look at getting the next work session scheduled. Okay, yeah. Great. New business, let's go ahead and take care of that. We have a minute. We have Public Defender Corporation Board reappointment for Betsy Castle. It's a 3-year term effective July 1, 2023 and expiring June 30th, 2026. Let's go ahead and take action on that.
We want to go ahead and just do it, because she's been approved anyway. At this time, I'd like to move that we just reappoint Betsy Castle to the 3-year term effective July 1st.
I would second the motion.
It's been properly moved and seconded to reappoint Betsy Castle to the Public Defender Corporation Board, 3-year term effective July 1, expiring June 30, 2026. Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Yes. Oh. It is. All right, next up, we have our 940 appointment. We have Kevin Stiles with Parks and Recreation, King of Parks and Rec, with an ARPA agreement signing. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
All right.
It's a sunshiny day, right? All right, so we have some documents here that we need you to sign. Mayor, Kevin, you guys want to come on up here? All
Sure you want me to stick some?
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Let's suck it in.
Don't say something. John, come on.
I know, I can't smile.
He doesn't smile.
3.
All right, thank you guys.
Don't say stuff like that.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Dan. You gotta lose that winter weight. Got laps on that.
Kevin, before you take off, I got some more of those recycling containers I need to drop off to you sometime here in the near future. Okay?
All right, just give us a second here. Get us back on track. All right, we're going to go ahead with our 9:43 appointment. We have Connie Urban, our assessor, with an employee hire.
Good morning.
Good morning. I have a name I'm submitting to the commission of Dixon Kimberly to begin working in the assessor's office, to begin employment to be paid from the assessor's valuation fund on May 8th, 2023. She will be paid a yearly salary of $36,800 with full benefits. Okay.
So was that Dixon Kimberly? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is that last name, first name? The first name's Dixon? Dixon, comma, Kimberly. Okay, I did read it.
Okay, so her name's Dixon Kimberly.
Kimberly Dixon.
Kimberly Dixon.
Dixon.
The Kim
Yes,
Dixon that
Kimberly
we all
Dixon.
know.
I know who it is.
Okay, well, at this time, I would
I
like
was
to
just making
move that
sure.
we approve Dixon Kimberly to begin employment in the assessor's office on May 8th, 2023, and be paid from the assessor's evaluation fund. She will be paid a yearly salary of $36,800 with full benefits. She will become a permanent employee on May 8th, 2023.
I would like to second the hiring of Kimberly
Kim
Dixon
Dixon.
to this position.
Now we're gonna all be confused.
It's been properly moved and seconded to hire Kim Dixon at a yearly salary of $36,800 to become effective as a permanent employee on May 8th, 2023. Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith.
Yes.
Yes, she's been part-time in your office for a while, hasn't she? Yeah, so.
She was full-time and then I part.
Correct.
Yeah, she was full-time, then she went part-time doing just the most focus on election stuff. For a long time.
You got me confused there for a
I'm
second.
sorry. I guess I should just put the name, I just was trying to.
Oh, no, you're fine, you're fine.
Make it official.
I was just wondering if that was the same.
I know some people, their first name is different. So. All right, we will go ahead with our facilities is not here.
He just,
Oh.
I just walked in. Yeah, he's just walked, he's out there.
Okay, if you'll grab him, Joe, that'd be great.
He's yelling.
Hunter, go ahead.
Mr. LaRue, please come in.
We don't have cats.
Oh, I can yell that.
He disappeared. Well, then you're up.
Okay.
So he returns.
Must have got a phone call or something.
Yeah, let me extend on that. If we just go ahead and we'll work through the deeds on my report first, and then we can get Mr. Shea and Mrs. Wetzel.
Okay.
Okay, the deeds.
Okay, you have those.
I do.
Okay, since we did get the survey completed on the parcel of county property near the hospital for the Preston County Parks and Recreation to go ahead and develop their facility.
Oh, for the Wade's World of Wonder.
Wade's World of Wonder, yes. We do have the deeds prepared, so I would ask that President be authorized to sign the 2 deeds and
One's for,
get the ball rolling on this.
so the one's for, Wade's Memorial.
Well, it's just,
Parks and Recs.
Yeah.
And then the other one is giving the
Yes.
corner
This
to the
is,
hospital.
yes, this is 8.123 acres to Preston County Parks and Recreation. Consideration will be the maintenance and upkeep of the property.
and they have a certain period of time in which to develop it.
There is there's a
5 years.
5-year window on that.
So make sure that was stated. Okay,
And we are cutting off the corner across the
Right.
road, and that is going to the hospital for
gotcha. Just to
consideration
straighten
of
that
property
property
right
out,
away.
patches.
It's not
Yeah,
usable.
it isn't
Really?
usable for anything else.
That's a swamp, right?
Yeah.
It's this a little gully.
Yeah,
sort of
there's
on
nothing
that
there,
side.
it's not usable for anything, it just really spreads.
But it really just cleans up
Yeah.
the property
Well,
lines
yeah,
over there.
exactly.
Okay, well, at this time, I would like to move that we approve these deeds and authorize the president of the county commission to sign.
I'll second.
Been properly moved and seconded to approve these deeds and authorize the president to sign. One is with Preston Memorial, the other is with Preston County Parks and Recreation for the Wade's World of Wonder project. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
Got our narrative read?
Jay, is it at the bottom here, date, signature lien holder?
No. There's a, I put a
On the
sticker,
deed,
I put a sticker on it for you.
okay.
There we go.
Nothing on that carbon copy, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That's just for.
right.
Same place on this one, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Luckily, our clerk is here.
Yeah.
Linda, we need your signature up here as well.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I think it's good. I think it's up to the king.
Yes.
There's 2 deeds.
Here's Joe.
Watch it verify.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
Mr. Shea.
All right,
With that,
you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Get back into this.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, commissioners. Just a quick update. We don't want to hold them for yes. So really quickly, we would like to start on the sheriff's office. The final payment for the brand new roof is in the box to be paid today. So it is done and complete and looks great. It's, so I think it's going great. We've got the weather hot and sealed the tabs down. So we will, after all these windstorms, after the commission wanted to roof put on without hand, we'll have.
Put it to the test, didn't it?
So also on the rebuild at the sheriff's office really quickly, Kathy or myself is in contact with Panhandle just about every day. We were in contact with them yesterday afternoon and this morning as well. And they said now that on Friday, they will have us a schedule when the rebuild is started. And they keep reassuring us that at the start of the rebuild, that they have to get all their ducks in a row, all their bids in, all the contractors lined up, and then they will present the commission with a budget and, or a contract and all can approve.
Okay.
So we're definitely moving forward. It does seem very slow. But now, however, at the sheriff's office, before we finish up this, the court security and the deputies has identified a situation where the bathroom near the holding cell that was under the steps, that it is very crucial that we get that back on. So to expedite things, the maintenance staff, myself and Cecil and Danny, we will put the drywall in that bathroom and we will get that going very quickly. We should be finished with it next week. That'll be much better for the prisoners and the folks being held, and it'll be much easier on court security staff. So to move things along and to be much more convenient for everybody, we'll just go ahead and get that done next week. So on the courthouse, the repointing and sealing is still going along great. They should finish the Court Street side this week. They have the screen put over the chimney. There was a large area on top of the chimney that was exposed to the weather, and the architects decided to cover that up. So they're going to cover that up today, I think, and secure that nice new screen over the chimney. And then they'll only have Price Street left, and it looks like the best side. I know that it's going to cost the commission a good bit of money on that Court Street side, but they're here, and me or Cecil has worked with them, and they have identified the great big open cracks, and I know the commission wants it fixed right while they're here. So also, while we're on the courthouse, the family court upgrade down in the basement of the family court is going along very nicely. The wall is built. I think they're going to paint today. You know, it's going along. It should finish up this week, but it'll finish up next week. If not, family court, both judges, Judge Hill and Judge Minor, have been incredible with us and their schedule and keeping things updated when we can work. And we certainly appreciate all of their kindness in that. So there's nothing much more to say about Ms. Connie and the assessor's office air quality. We've been trying to run the fan more so that it doesn't change the temperature any. It will just get the fresh air in, and we will start monitoring that very quickly as to how we're doing on everything like that. So other than all the grass mowing and all the work orders as they come in.
Spring is fun.
And spring is spring. And yesterday there were several faucets that blowed up and all sorts of exciting stuff. And that's what we're here
Normal
for.
maintenance, right?
Yeah, so thank you all very much. And
Would you be so kind to go ahead and relay the messages on the sheriff's department to the sheriff and his?
Sure. We will definitely, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We'll definitely. Now, we just got back from going and meeting with Tanya and relaying all these messages.
Okay,
So
perfect.
okay, we have calls into the sheriff, and I'm sure he'll call us back.
Okay, all right, thank you.
We'll
Thank
So
you,
thank
thank you.
you all very much.
Okay, thank you,
All right.
Mr. Blue.
Back to you.
Okay, so technically first on the list, but now that we're down there. We did receive word from the auditor's office that they have approved our levy estimate and budget for the 2023-2024 fiscal year. So
Good.
you are good to go for
We did
the
the action last week. And
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. That's good.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
good. Thanks.
Okay. Last week, you did go ahead and authorize in the courthouse, security project in Fannin Court, the budget modification for, a camera. There is actually a different form that we need to fill out. You've already approved it, but I just need an updated signature.
All right.
And while Mr. Frank Danko from Monotronics was here and scoping out some things, he also happened to mention the sheriff's department and the flooding situation and has a suggestion that makes sense. A lot of our woes were because we had computer hardware in the basement that was sitting on the floor. Had it been on a rack, I think we could have avoided some of the
Yeah,
problems.
typically they are on
So-
racks, so it is unusual to have just the server sitting on the floor.
So he has given us a price for such a rack at a cost of $1,266.27. So if you would be interested in that, I believe there's enough left in our hardware budget.
Is it a completely enclosed rack or is it just a rack?
I believe it is just an open,
It has a door on it. What it is, if it's what I'm thinking it is, a rack, it's just a metal frame, okay? It's enclosed, but it has to be open to a point because otherwise you get too much heat in there and it'll melt everything down. It'll just destroy the equipment. Heat is the killer of computer equipment. There's a lot of fans there, AC. It does have a door on it, but the sides have vents capability on it. So if water were to, let's say, directly over top of it and run down the sides, yes, water could get into it. But the odds of that happening are very less than if you have it just open to the wind.
Are you pretty confident with that price?
yes, that's pretty standard. That
Yeah,
is,
that's pretty
that is one with
close.
the door model. In the annex, we have one with a door that serves as the phone closet. The other servers are on an open rack.
Yeah.
So security-wise, I think it makes sense to have the door there because it is the sheriff's department and it can be secured.
Yeah.
So,
I have a problem with that.
Just go forward.
Hopefully we do great things.
Are you gonna submit this for this?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I have. All right, where are we? So, special session, we'd like to get you together for a special session on May 3rd. I believe it's 9 AM. We did talk with IT Mindshare, who now has a pretty good website together.
Okay.
So,
Like an official special session, or is this just you guys meeting with them?
we would like a special
Yeah,
session.
special.
It is
Okay,
9
that's-
AM because that's what you put on our calendar.
Yes.
Because I already have that meeting for the website.
Yeah, they,
I'm trying to.
We have a way to take online payments and everything.
We will discuss the online payments. The infrastructure is good. We can discuss cosmetics, changes, additions, getting the commissioner's input on just the way things are, so.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no problem with that.
So get it set up.
All right. While we're talking about scheduling, before I forget, there is the courthouse security committee meeting at 8:15 a.m. Thursday. That will be on the 3rd floor of the courthouse.
I thought it was at noon. Maybe I was wrong.
What was this?
I was probably
Courthouse
wrong.
security.
Courthouse security. That's not something that the commissioners have to be at.
Right.
Okay. You know that,
But you'll be having a meeting.
yes.
Okay.
All right. So, last week I spent some time working my way through federal websites and to let you know that we did complete the ARPA reporting as required for the 23 year.
At the federal.
All of the numbers matched up, so I was pretty happy there.
Yeah.
So to let you know that you have obligated just over $6.1 million. That leaves, well, yes, yeah, just over $6.1 million,
Okay.
including the lead projects. Of that amount, there have been payouts of 2.41 million so far.
Okay.
So we have had several with completed funding. We've had a few that are completed projects.
Some are still in progress.
Most of these are due to be completed in '24. So if there is an issue with any of them, you'll still be well within the range to reassign.
Reassign.
Yes.
Well, and I think it's probably a good idea for those that we've not had any dialogue with, that haven't, contacted us or submitted anything. Maybe we send out like a mass message to say the same as, is everything still on schedule?
Yeah.
Well, we have all the quarterly reports, so
Right.
we can
Yes,
see their progress.
And there is a rather lengthy schedule of the quarterly reports.
Yeah.
So we will be able to keep on top of
Keep
that.
on, yes, we need to stay on top of that.
All right, the wrestling barn. There's been some discussion about how to handle the wrestling barn.
Yeah.
And what we have worked out is you had committed funding for the demolition of the barn. You had committed to donating the wrestling barn property. Mr. Shea has pointed out that we do need to have some value for the transfer of land. So what we would do is deed the property for the wrestling barn to the Mag Club in consideration for them handling the demolition. So we would need to rescind those two motions and restate.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, I have that, and just to give everyone a quick rundown, because I'm new, I didn't quite catch that we would need a consideration for donating that land, so we're going back and cleaning up the wrestling barn.
Well, and it was, the way we had the expectation was that we would mimic what we've done with other county commission properties. And so we need to just clean up our mess.
Okay, yeah. So at this time, I would like to move to rescind the motion of March 28, 2023 to fund the demolition of the county wrestling barn not to exceed the lowest bid of $30,000.
I'll second that.
It's been properly moved and seconded to rescind the motion of March 28, 2023 to fund the demolition of the county wrestling barn not to exceed the lowest bid of $30,000. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, at this time, I would like to move to rescind the motion of March 21st, 2023 to donate 1.08 acres of county property where the wrestling barn is located to the Preston County Mac Club.
I'll second that.
It's been properly moved and seconded to rescind the motion of March 21st, 23 to donate 1.08 acres of county property where the wrestling barn is located to the Preston County Mac Club.
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, and then our final one here, at this time, I would like to move to deed 1.08 acres of county property where the wrestling barn is located to the Preston County Mat Club for the consideration of the Mat Club demolishing the wrestling barn.
I'll second that.
It's been properly moved and seconded to deed 1.08 acres of county property where the wrestling barn is located to the Preston County Mat Club for the consideration of the Mat Club demolishing the wrestling barn. Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Yes.
If you want to, Dee Dee, you can have this.
It's our J Shay. Special. All right.
Okay, that brings us down to the mini grant application from the North Preston
Okay.
Farmers Club.
So I have to abstain from any conversations
Yes.
and there's because of multiple conflicts, so I will be outside.
Okay. I don't see. All I got was that email, just kind of.
Yes.
Okay, so it's 45
Ladies, could you come up and just speak to this project just a little bit? Okay. Since Commissioner Smith wasn't here last week.
Well, when we were here last week, we requested help from you all to paint our building. We have a contractor that says he will do it for $4,500. That's one coat of paint. We need another coat of paint, and that paint costs $426 a can. And we need 6 of those to give it a good second coat and maintain the building. And anything you all could do to help us, we would greatly appreciate.
So what do you guys have to put towards this project?
We will try to match what you can give us.
Okay,
I mean, we do have some funds, but we don't have enough funds to cover everything.
okay, so the quote for the paint, so you, in your request, it was 5,000, correct? $5,000 request. 4,500 of that is the labor for the painting.
Okay, and if we could get the 5,000, I'm sure we can come up with the rest of the money for the paint, if we can have that amount.
Okay.
Okay, so
Is how many cans of paint or?
Pardon?
Gallons, 5 gallons.
gallons,
Okay.
at 400 and how much a gallon?
$426
For 5 gallons.
for the 5-gallon buckets. And we can also, we have talked with this gentleman that works for Lowe's, where we can also get the discount, which will help with the paint.
Okay. Yeah, generally you get a contractor's discount.
Pardon?
A lot of times you can get a contractor's discount.
Yeah,
Because of
okay.
vault and things like that,
Okay.
yes.
And this is his official quote for,
Yes.
can you tell us again what all activities take place out there?
We have family reunions, we have wedding receptions, we've had several weddings there, birthday parties, just good get-together. It's off the road, you don't have to worry about speeding cars going by and wiping out anybody or anything.
Yeah, it's something, I mean, yeah, you guys might, get a voice there.
Well, my question is, have you reached out to, our senators and delegates, to look for funding? Because, and the only reason I'm asking is the Lennox Community Center is very similar to your center. And I really feel like, I don't have a problem, looking at some full severance money or something to help with the community center, but I also feel like before we commit it right away, if we could reach out to our state legislators, House of Delegates, and we could certainly, help you guys reach out to them to see if there's any funding that they might have, that could go towards that. Are you, does that
Any
sound
help we
good?
can get.
Because I have seen them give to community buildings as such.
Even if it's just a little bit, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, this is my sister and I's goal before we decide we're not going to try to push to get things done. I mean, we've been trying to get enough money together on our own to paint the building for the last 5 years.
Right.
Yes.
And times change.
It's a wonderful facility.
Yes, it is.
I would feel better if we asked first.
Can you, I tell you what, let's make sure we get the money in coal service or something, and we'll put this on for next week. If you don't mind, and if you don't mind reaching out to Delegate Street, because he covers your area, and if you need his phone number, I have it. Or it's made now, too, for that matter. And we can get you in touch with him and see if he can do anything. If he doesn't, that's fine. But, it never hurts to ask.
Yeah, okay.
And then we'll take care of this next week.
That'd be good.
Okay, that's fine.
And you wouldn't have to come back.
It's
for us
supposed to
take
rain the
action
rest
on
of
it.
this week anyway, so they're not making anything down.
And be cold.
It's supposed to be a torrential downpour on Friday.
Do you really think we're gonna get it? They've been saying that for how long? We definitely do need
The
rain.
rain, oh, we do
Oh,
definitely.
no, it's dry.
Oh, yeah, it is.
definitely
It
dry.
sure is, yeah.
But yes, well, I appreciate you coming back. We couldn't do anything last week because Commissioner Smith wasn't here and Hunter can't be a part of this dialogue or decision.
I'm
And
sorry.
so, that's all right.
No, no.
But next week, we'll have it on the agenda and you won't have to
You
come
don't
for
have
that
to
if you
come.
don't want
You
to.
don't, yeah.
Once we take action in any way, our office can notify you.
Because we have your information and everything, all the you need. Just get back, like I said, try to reach out to him today if possible. I know he's out of town, but he's usually pretty good about answering his, phone calls.
Okay.
So,
Okay, thank you so very
Thank
much.
you so much. All right, budget revisions.
Budget revisions. We do have one budget revision.
Wait on Hunter.
Oh, you know, it says
we have a quorum.
details.
Technically, we have a quorum, but we don't want to.
I talked to you guys. I'm back.
We're two budget revisions.
We're at Linda's budget revision, and what was the second one, Joe?
It is Linda's budget revision.
That is it.
Oh,
That
it's
is-
just Linda's.
Just that.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't see it.
Since it wasn't on the agenda, I officially have to present it, but Linda is here. So, it is a request to decrease $2,600 from the publication line and add that to the election maintenance and repair of equipment.
I talked to you last
Yeah,
time,
that's,
Linda,
see,
but
our
basically that was
maintenance went
just
up.
an unpredicted increase.
right, and I budgeted for this upcoming budget, but it happened, and I was able to transfer it.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, well, at this time, I would like to approve the Preston County Clerk's budget revision to take $26, decrease $26 from the publications line item and increase the line item of maintenance and repair of equipment in the amount of $2,600.
I'll say
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the budget revision as presented by our coordinator on behalf of Linda Huggins in the amount of $2,600. Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
that. Yes.
Yes.
And under miscellaneous correspondence, we did receive one letter that you have copies of from Judge Schaefer commending your facilities manager, Joe LaRue, for the work that he has performed at the courthouse. On that. So,
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. It's probably, and we'll just file it in his file. And we certainly appreciate the work that Mr. LaRue does for the county. All right.
And that's what I have.
Okay, at this time, let's go ahead with our comments because I would like to make a motion here shortly to go into executive session on personnel that I think we can finish up because I don't anticipate any action.
Okay. Okay, was it retaining, well, I guess I can't say that, but I was just gonna say that I got the job description.
No, it has nothing to do
Okay,
with job
so that's good. So I was just gonna say that I got the job descriptions, reworded and completed and sent them out to Dawn. You probably saw them, and Samantha, I know you responded. Are you guys perfectly fine with?
I'm fine with it.
Okay, so if we
I
could.
mean, I'm good with it, but I would like to comb through through what you sent out. I've not gotten through it completely, so.
Okay, well, let's,
That's really just housekeeping matters. That's nothing we
well,
need to.
I know, since we're all here, I would like to talk about it. I want to get that administrator position
Oh,
posted as soon
absolutely.
as possible.
Right.
So if you could, let me know in upcoming days, that way we can get it
Yep.
posted this week.
We'll do so.
Commissioner comments. Well, it is, what is it?
Today is
Administration Day.
administrative, professionals. Appreciation.
Administrative professionals, appreciation day. So, I did bring, Angie a nice spider plant that I forgot about Joe and everybody else, so I'm gonna have to go buy some plants later.
You know my track record with plants.
I know, that's why I'm joking with you. I know you don't want to play. I don't think I've got to speak to you guys on this, but I'm currently working with EJ Davis and Hope with the health department on arranging a second Preston County behavioral/mental health informative meeting. There was one last year, and there was supposed to be a follow-up a couple months later, but that kind of got dragged. So we're working on setting it up, getting all the service providers there. Nick, the interim commissioner of the state DHHR, and trying to
Or Stugel.
yeah, from out your way, and
Winston.
just trying to figure out some issues and what services are provided in our county. Congratulations to your son for being crowned as King Buckwheat, the 81st.
Exciting.
That's very exciting, and to everyone else that competed in the Preston County royalty pageant. It was some tough competition on the girls' side. I can never even tell you who's going to win. It's so tough. And Linda,
I want to do some fact checking though, because I'm thinking Carson said something about back in the 80s, his mom was a Queen Series. Is that right?
No, his teacher, my music teacher in the 80s, taught us a song.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of.
Yeah.
and Linda
It was the
had
late 80s, if that matters.
Linda had a granddaughter in the pageant too, as a junior princess, and she had a great
they all
time.
did good.
Yeah, it was a good pageant. Then I think that's all I have. We won't rag on you too much.
Okay, well, I'll just rag on you then.
Okay.
Because you needed to plug for Good Neighbor Days. They've got their pageant coming up out there.
Oh yeah, Good Neighbors Day is starting, their pageant back up again since COVID. I'm actually on the Good Neighbors Day committee, so.
I'm also there.
Yeah, so,
That's a good thing for you to do.
well, you get sucked into everything.
All right, okay, so, EDA meeting tonight. We have an executive EDA meeting. I'll be attending that. We've had to readjust that schedule a few times just due to everyone on the board has 100 different things going on, and we've got to have forums, and it's just like any other committee. And so tonig's the night. We have a meeting tonight. Also, as spring has sprung and the DOH is out turning the potholes inside out, we have gotten several complaints coming into the county commission. Alpine Lake Road, Highland Road, different.
Rusty Berry Road.
Rusty Berry, just different things. And so, of course, we always send those on up the chain, and reach out and, monitor our daily reports that come in from the DOH on what they're doing and where they're at and what's up next. And, unfortunately, they never get them done quite as quick as we think they should. But they are working.
They're
I see
working
them
on
out. They've caused me to run behind a little bit going here and there. I'm not gonna complain about that. I
Yeah,
just
know
need
they're
to
open 7.
reroute or give myself extra time and.
I do have good news. The section of road, Salem Road, in between Clifton Road and
Yes, that
Salem
is,
Road,
yes.
where they put the 3-inch or 2-inch
Oh, it's
down.
terrible.
I drive down that road, and it was flinging up. We got Jim Justice's regional representative up here, and they actually stripped
Lynn
the,
Phillips.
yeah, they stripped the 3-inch off and put crush and run down, so it's a nicer road.
I can't explain what it was like you're driving over it, other than it was so rough. Like if you had a loose tooth, it was wiggling. I mean, it was like.
Just, you can't
You couldn't keep on the
pack, you
steering
can't pack down 3-inch. It's a good base, but you need some crush and run.
So
So that's good.
they did take care of that, and I do believe it's one of the ones, it's been happening over the last couple of years where they'll strip it completely down, and they say it's a process, so they're
Right.
doing this phase this year, next year it'll be paved, they wanna,
Yeah, but when you have
Trying to
3-inch,
redo
you
the
can't do
bases
that.
on, but that's not.
so they did, get that taken care of, and, as quick as the calls are coming in about the issue, they have been coming in saying, thank you. So,
Yeah, if it's a huge issue like that, we try to,
health
Get
health
some
and
of the-
safety.
yeah, get some of the higher ups involved.
All right, so I think that's all that I have. Don, do you have anything?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do actually. We got notification, the Solid Waste Authority, I emailed this to you, Robbie, the other day. There will be a vacancy starting July 1st, so anybody that has an interest in serving the Solid Waste Authority, can contact me. But this position that's being vacated is the position, it'll be vacated effective June 30th. And it is the representative for the PSC. The funny thing is the PSC appoints a person, but they ask me to get the information to send up to them to find somebody. So my thought is if they represent you, why don't you find somebody? But that isn't how it works. So if anybody would like to serve on the Solid Waste Authority, as long as they're not, somehow connected, I can give the details and everything, as long as they're not like the CEO of the trash company or something, they're, you can join if you're interested in recycling and helping with litter collection, things of that sort, and just general beautifying the county, please get in touch with me.
Well, could you email that information to me and Samantha Dawn so
I
we can push it out there?
I can.
Thank you. All right, anything else? Okay, so, at this time, I would like to, make a motion to go into executive session for personnel.
Oh, second dimension?
It's been properly moved and seconded to go into executive session for personnel. Yes?
Yeah.
All right, and we're not anticipating any action. Do you want to do this real quick? So,
Yeah, I think I.
Do that. Dee Dee, we've got a bunch of goodies up here for you.
Make sure she gets this too.
Thank